Hey there, everybody, and thank you for joining us on Coast Life today. You've almost made it to Friday, and we're so happy you chose to be here with us. We are your hosts. I'm Paige Marley.
I'm Leah Rizzo. We love when you join us, especially in the month of October. There's a lot going on. I mean, like every weekend seems like there's something happening.
We have been busy. Have you noticed we've had a couple abrupt costume changes, I'll say?
Yes, you may have caught on to that.
Yes, because there's so much that we're doing each day that we're like, okay, we'll air this tomorrow or the next day. And it's just, I love that it's considered the off season, but there's still so much to do.
There's so much to do.
So many people to talk to on Delmarva. So thanks for always joining us. And I hope you're staying updated with what we're giving you.
Yes, and I mean, you want to, because we have so many guests on the show that all tell us about these incredible events going on all the time. But I think especially this month does seem really packed.
Definitely. Oh, and we have someone coming in today to talk about nonprofits. We actually spoke with them a couple of days ago, but a new nonprofit they started, just a lot coming up. Even though I was going to say this week, even though the week's almost over.
I know, yeah. So we will get into all of that, but we also like catching up with you, just some casual conversation before we get into the show.
Always.
And I think, January, February is Girl Scout cookie season?
I think so. You would know, weren't you a Girl Scout?
I was a Girl Scout. I think I remember that being like the time of year that cookie season sort of starts.
Okay.
And then spring is when you actually start doling out the cookies. But I think January, February is the selling season.
That makes sense.
Unless that's changed since...
I don't know.
Back in the day.
I just noticed
we
when
won't say how many years ago.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I just know when I go to the grocery store and I see them outside and they take all my grocery money.
But it seems like this year there might be yet another slight upcharge in the Girl Scout cookie world. It looks like boxes are making a jump from $5 to $6 per box. And I think Thin Mints and Samoas were already $6 a box. So. They were a little bit more expensive than the other ones.
They deserve it, though. It's okay.
Right? They're the premium cookie.
Yeah. I'll pay. That's what stinks is when we first heard about this, I'm like, no, but I know I'm still going to pay.
I know I'm going to pay it.
For Samoas, 100%.
Yes. Is that your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
I would say, yeah. Although I don't discriminate, but if I had to pick, definitely Samoas. What about you?
I think I'm with you. I don't discriminate. I've never met a Girl Scout cookie I didn't like, but I think, Thin Mints and Samoas are my top two.
Love.
And the best thing about Samoas was that it was only me and my mom that liked them.
Nice.
So nobody else in the house ate them, which meant I finally got to eat Girl Scout cookies because
I
I would sell the Thin Mints to my family and then I wouldn't get any.
No, it's insane. It would go crazy. My mom almost couldn't tell us when. It would almost be like Halloween candy, right? It's like, okay, I'm going to know where they are and I will give you a little bit each day. Otherwise, there would be fights.
There were almost fights in the office here one time over Girl Scout cookies.
I hope my coworkers aren't watching. I still have Thin Mints in the freezer that I snuck up here. But
don't tell them.
They're going to be gone by the time you see this.
That's right.
I'm eating them for lunch.
We were talking about this off the air too, and this one actually really got us talking because think back to your childhood. I mean, how many times did you love going over to sleepover parties with your friends? I mean, whether it was movie nights or makeover parties or whatever you did at your sleepovers, like how fun were they?
So fun,
but
most of the time.
It seems like there's been an uptick in Gen X and millennial parents just they're not allowing sleepovers for their kids.
Honestly, I'm going to take a more serious approach with this one. I've already talked to my fiance, my family, and my kids will not be doing sleepovers. I did them all the time. They can sleep at their cousin's house, but I understand because if something didn't happen to you growing up, I mean, it's a hard truth we have to talk about, that
it is.
You don't always know who you think you know. So I don't see myself letting my kids do sleepovers, maybe when they're older.
Yeah, no, it is. It's such a hard thing. And, you maybe want to be the parent that's like, okay, they can have sleepovers at my house. Like, I know everybody's going to be safe there, but you just don't know what other parents are going to feel about that because same thing. They might think they know you, but they just, you can't possibly know.
No, it's so true. And unfortunately, I think times are getting a little more dangerous. Times are changing. So I think it was different. I mean, think about how many times our parents told us they walked miles to school, and they didn't come home until after dark and their parents didn't know where they were because it was just safer. And I don't think that's how it is anymore. I'm proud of millennials and Gen Z, if that's who you said it was.
I think it was Gen X
Gen X.
Millennials,
True, okay. So Gen X and millennials, proud because you're taking it serious.
And because Gen X would have been like prime sleepover party, but they would have been like the big sleepover blowout material.
I get it. And when I tell some people this, I get mixed opinions because, again, I don't have kids, but some people are like, oh, your kids are going to not like you for being a hover parent and you're taking things away from them. And it's not true. It's to keep your kids safe. Yeah. So, and if you let your kid go do sleepovers, do it. That's awesome. I went to millions.
Yeah, and I think having that fail-safe system in place with your kids, you know, you always tell them, hey, if you need me. I mean, this is one that I think both our moms had with us, where it's like, if you need to get out, just call. We'll be right there. I mean, you know, mom can make whatever excuse she needs to come get you, but she will. And so I think having that open line of communication with your parents is a huge first step in keeping everybody safe in those scenarios.
I think it's kind of cool talking about it because you get a lot of people our age talking about how they want to be the cool parent and my parents didn't let me do this, so I'm going to go the complete opposite. So I think it's actually kind of cool because I've always had this thought where I'm like, I don't think I would let my kids do sleepovers, at least before they have a cell phone. And I was always like, oh, people are going to think that's so weird. So I like that people are like talking about this.
And I think like when your kids get a cell phone, that's a big step in that too. Because like think back to if we had to borrow the whoever's house you're staying at's landline, that's also intimidating. If like you don't know if you have to ask the parent for permission. So cell phones are a good thing in that regard.
I think so too. Yeah, it's do what's best for you. You guys know your kid and hopefully their friends' parents.
Yes. And talking about parents, this was sort of under the same parenting umbrella, but maybe something that I know a lot of parents can relate to. It seems like on average, most parents are saying they feel like they have 218 cave-ins with their kids a year and only like 190 parenting wins with their kids a year. The wins being things like their kids got dressed on their own, their kids got through dinner without an electronic on their own, like their kids were a little more independent that day, didn't have a temper tantrum.
I think every day that your kid goes to bed and wakes up in the morning and is safe and is fed, that's a parent win. So give yourself a lot more parent wins, okay? I think parents are so hard on themselves. You have so many more wins than you think.
So many more wins.
And we're not parents.
No.
So we know this from being probably naughty children and then growing up and realizing our mistakes.
A little bit. We had lots of days that weren't toy days when we were kids. You were like, nope, can't have that. Not a toy day.
And we weren't even that bad.
Man,
yeah. So I think there's a lot more wins, and sit down and really think. And I bet you have more than you think.
I think so too. And give yourself a pat on the back. You deserve it.
Yeah,
we will too.
Hey, mom moments. Don't forget. This just makes me think of our mom moments segment. If you watch that, you will know you have a lot of wins.
Yes.
Yeah. So the mom moments, if you don't know, people send us, they're funny, they're cute, whatever, videos, pictures of their kids, and cute stories.
Yeah, we had some great ones earlier in the week, so make sure you email those to us, team@coastlife.com. But we've got a great show headed your way today. Our field correspondent, Maya Henry, is telling us what's coming up on Coast Life.
Coming up next, we're spilling the tea with the Spice and Tea Exchange of Rehoboth. Plus, mark your calendars for the 2023 Apple Scrapple Festival. All that and more when Coast Life gets back.
Coast Life is brought to you by BB Healthcare, Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, Preston Automotive Group, Shell Brothers, and the Parker Group.
You're watching Coast Life, and we've talked about how awesome this community is when it comes to taking care of each other and every member in this community. And our friends at Priscino Wells and Woodland do a great job of that. Part of that team is here. Amber Woodland and Justin Woodland, you guys are joining us to talk about something a little bit different. This is something you guys have started, and it's such a wonderful foundation. Tell us a little bit about the Redbird Legacy Foundation that you guys have started and why.
So we're just getting started. We had the idea, with my time at Clemson, one of my best friends was diagnosed with bile duct cancer at 35 years old. At the time, she had daughters of 3 and 5 years old. And Ashley's biggest fear was that her daughters will not remember their mama, her legacy, or what was important to them. So Ashley got connected with an awesome nonprofit in Greenville, South Carolina called Let There Be Mom. And with that nonprofit, the girls have cards for the rest of their lives until they're 21, birthday cards, video messages, gifts for big milestones, whether it's Sweet 16, 21, wedding day, baby showers, anything important you can think of. This nonprofit really checked every box for them to ease that, fear that my daughters will not remember me.
That's incredible. That makes you get a little choked up.
I know already.
Every
I'm trying
time.
to think of my next question, and I'm like,
oh my God.
For instance, her youngest daughter just turned 7 this past weekend, and they had a handwritten birthday card from their mom with 3 pictures in there.
Special. And Leah and I were talking before you guys came in about how it's great that so many nonprofits, they really focus on the kids when they get sick, but sometimes, a lot of the moms, like Leah said, as a mom, we're not parents, but sometimes moms think, at least it's me, not my kid. But it does affect the kids so much for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Since Ashley was diagnosed, and time that she and I would have just talking, and she would share a lot with me about what she did for her girls, it was so touching. And she really wanted to make it a priority to make sure that what was important to her was known to them as they got older. And it took a lot of emotion
I'm
and
sure.
a lot of planning and a lot of coordinating. And over the years, we would talk about it, and we were like, wow, we need something like that on the Eastern Shore.
Where are you in this foundation? How can people get involved if they want to?
Oh my gosh, that was one of the biggest reasons why we wanted to talk to you, because we want the community's support in so many different ways. Obviously we need funding. So anyone who is interested or willing to donate, we are a 501c3. We have received our IRS tax exemption status. And then besides monetary contributions, we need videographers and photographers and craftsmen
Artists.
and
Anybody
artists.
who's a lot more creative than me.
Yes. Anyone who is willing to donate their services to help support the families that we hope to touch, bring them on.
Yeah.
We're ready.
We're ready. Yeah. And through some already generous donations that we've received, we're capable of serving our first family. If there is a parent of young children out there who has received a life-altering diagnosis, whether it's cancer or ALS or brain tumor or anything, we want to help just coordinate what's important and facilitate projects and keepsakes. And I am an estate planning attorney, and so my mind goes to making sure their affairs are in order. So I plan to do that as part of this. And then
We'd like to provide a dream vacation for the family as well.
traveling is so important to us.
Yeah,
And
make your memories.
Yeah, making memories as a family, and we don't hesitate to pull Layla out of school to go on trips because we feel like that's what she's going to remember as she gets older. And so we're really hoping that through the foundation we can
Do some good.
do
That's
some
incredible.
good.
Yeah. She told the girls she'd visit them as a cardinal. And so Let There Be Mom gifted the girls clay cardinals, and they were gifted them on the day of Ashley's funeral. And we were staying in their kitchen that day, and right outside there was a cardinal. And little Reese was like, look, there's Mommy. So, so that pulled on the heart, and that's where the red bird came from. So.
Oh, and there's something special too about the logo, right?
Yep. So our daughter Layla, she is in middle school, and the three of us were always together. And the day that I came home from work, and I just said, I've been inspired today. There have been so many things today that have just led me to saying, why not? And within that first week, I was sitting at my desk at home, and Layla was on the floor of my office. Justin was on the floor of my office, and we were just talking about, like, what is this going to look like? And Layla stands up and she hands me this doodle of a red bird that she had just hand drawn with her little markers and her paper, just laying on the floor. And so we just loved it, and so we turned the red bird that she drew into our logo.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. This whole foundation is really, really beautiful.
Yes.
So maybe, I know you're looking for your first family to serve. If there are parents out there that have received that life-altering diagnosis, how should they reach out? How should they get in touch?
Yep, I'm so glad that you asked. So on our website, redbirdlegacyfoundation.org, we have an entire page on our website dedicated to who we serve. And on that page, there is a simple 3-page application. We will review the application, confirm that it's complete, and then we intend to schedule what we call a meet and greet.
Yeah.
And just really get to know the family and understand what's important to them, understand the diagnosis, the timeline too, and the
That's gonna
medical
vary.
treatments. Right.
Ashley had about 3 years.
Yeah.
And she fought that, so every family's going to be different.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep. And then hit the ground running. I feel like we have so much energy and passion for this. There are so many people in our lives personally that have a lot of energy and passion and are ready. And so we just hope that this is really going to take shape. And over time, I mean, I don't love that there could be so many young parents with a diagnosis, but I really hope that we receive a lot of applications, because we really, really are here to help
Definitely,
and
yeah.
serve and be the coordinator. I think that that's a lot of it. It's just saying, like, I would imagine that if I got a life-threatening diagnosis, that there would be a lot of quiet moments where I would sit and I would think, what's important to me, but having someone help.
Ashley was forced to get off the couch and go to Hallmark, and hey, you need to buy a lot of birthday cards today. And just that coordination is what these families are going to need
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of, it's uncharted territory for so many people when they receive that diagnosis. And as horrible and scary as it is, I think it's amazing that you guys with a foundation like this are there to sort of help catch the pieces and make something that's that difficult a little bit easier and really easing the road up for the kids in the future.
Right.
Yeah, you guys are very impressive and incredible. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming in, you guys.
Yeah.
And we're so glad that we're able to help you guys get the word out and shout this foundation from the rooftops.
We
So
appreciate it so much.
please, like we said, we know that there are so many amazing videographers, photographers, artists in the area. If you've got some time to donate, some skills to donate, please do, because this is going to be a really important thing for our community, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But we've got more community events and things to tell you about when Coast Life gets back, so don't go anywhere. It is October along coastal Delmarva, and that means Apple Scrapple is coming up. And if you've never been, it's a fantastic event, one that I know we get excited for every single year. And joining us on the Coast Life couch today, the Parker Group, Rachel and Dustin, welcome back. And you guys are actually going to be at the Apple Scrapple Festival this year, right?
Yeah, we're super excited about it. My family's from Bridgeville, and so it's been a tradition in my family for so long. I think this is what, the 31st year maybe of the festival.
Wow.
So it's a great event every year. Tens of thousands of people come to little tiny Bridgeville, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so I have to ask, because I've been to the festival, but I've never tried Scrapple.
Oh.
Really? I know, I do. Do you guys like Scrapple?
We're split.
We're split.
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't say that. It's not popular. But I don't love it. I can eat it, but it's not my favorite.
Okay,
It
that's
can be an
all right.
acquired taste.
Yeah, growing up here, I'm obsessed with Scrapple.
Yeah.
So,
Eat it for 3 meals.
You have to if you're from Bridgeville.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, you have to
I
like
actually,
Apple
I was
Scrapple.
converted. Because I was not a Scrapple fan at first because I grew up in Wilmington. So I was like, oh, I don't know about this Scrapple thing. But my man loves Scrapple. So like he got me turned on to it a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I'll make that my goal
Yeah.
this year at the festival.
Yeah.
There you go.
I will try it.
So the Parker Group, real estate, maybe what are you guys doing at the Apple Scrapple Festival?
Yeah, we love sponsoring that festival every year, and like Dustin said, it brings, I think, like 20,000 people through the tiny town of Bridgeville, so it's a great chance to meet a lot of people in the community. But we'll have a booth right at the corner of Delaware Avenue and Cannon Street, right in the heart of everything with all the food. We're going to be doing a really fun raffle this year. We're raffling off like a tailgate-sized Blackstone grill with like a barbecue kit and some fun like craft beer and hot sauce and stuff. So it's going to be a really cool raffle. It's a free raffle, so people can stop by our booth and sign up for that.
Perfect for football season.
Yeah, so we're like really excited about that. And then I'll let you talk about the other thing that we're doing.
Yeah, so we're doing something a little unique this year. We are actually giving out 5 scholarships this year for anyone interested in getting their real estate license. And so just come see us at the festival that day. We'll have a simple registration form. And if you do have interest in getting into real estate, then we'd love to chat with you about that.
That's amazing. You guys do a lot for the community, you know, and you don't have to, right? But it seems like you do. Why is it so important for you to do things like this, like give back scholarships and even grills?
Yeah, it's just part of our fabric, I think, and of who we are. You know, we've been around for generations at this point. My family has, and the community has given so much to us, and so we feel like any opportunity that we can give back to the community, we absolutely like to do that.
Yeah. And when you can do it when there's like a skillet toss happening across the street or something, it's even more fun. Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, well, and it's events like Apple Scrapple that make our area so unique and so special, and just a fun place to grow up and be a part of. But yeah, you guys are wonderful in all that you do to give back.
Yeah, definitely. I do have one question about the people who are going there to kind of learn more about real estate. Do they have to have anything prepared if they're going to plan on meeting you there?
No, so we'll be there all day.
Great.
It's both Friday evening and then Saturday all day, and so we'd love to chat with them. I'll be flipping Scrapple at the Lions Club booth for part of the day, but our whole team will be there that day. And even if they're just interested in learning more about the process and what it's like to be a real estate agent, we love to chat with them and kind of give them that exposure. And then if they're serious and want to move forward, then we can take some of that financial burden off of them as well.
That's incredible. What an easy way to get involved. Grab some Scrapple and then just go to the booth and learn more.
Yeah.
Grab an apple dumpling on your way out.
There you go. I did have those at the
right,
festival.
yeah.
They're so good.
Those are amazing.
So for people who haven't marked their calendars yet, can you give us the when and where once again where you guys are going to be for Apple Scrapple?
Yeah, so it's all downtown Bridgeville, and so if you're familiar with Bridgeville, really, it's not a huge
Can't miss it.
downtown, so right behind the firehouse is kind of like the center of it. The event starts on Friday, October 13th at 4 p.m. Our booth will be there right at the corner of Delaware Avenue and Cannon Street, like I said, and then it runs into the evening on Friday night, starts up again Saturday morning at 9 a.m., and then runs until about 8 o'clock on Saturday night. So it's going to be busy, and hopefully the weather will be nice, and lots of good food and fun times.
Yes. Yeah, you can't lose.
You cannot lose, and we can't wait. Well, thank you guys once again, always, when you come in. It's always so much fun. And don't go anywhere, because we've got more to treat you with when Coast Life gets back.
This segment of Coast Life was brought to you by the Parker Group.
What are you doing? Oh, I'm getting the van ready for the OCRV and van show in Ocean City.
Makes sense. And as much as I love this though, and as comfortable as this van is, it doesn't quite compare to the big vans and RVs we're going to be seeing at the OCRV show.
Yeah, you can't really live in this one. This is more camping on a budget.
But if you are looking for something a little bigger than this, maybe to live in, we talked to the organizers at the OCRV show, so check this out.
And we're really excited. October 12th through the 15th, Ocean City is going to have its first RV and van lifestyle show at the Roland E. Powell Convention Center. This is the first showcase they've had in over 20 years, where you'll see RVs, custom vans, e-bikes, golf carts, power sports, paddle sports. I mean, everything will be there.
After the COVID pandemic, more people are working from home now, and more businesses have figured out for people how to work from home, so it's allowed people to go on the road and still work now. So it's created a huge popularity for it.
Well, we've grown up I grew up on the Eastern Shore. Rich is from Annapolis area, and we have lived here for a very long time and have always wanted to explore our backyard. So we had a few RVs, and we decided we would take a couple months and just explore locally all the campgrounds and beautiful places to go explore while we lived here before our show.
Well, we got a BMX freestyle team that's coming in. It's going to be doing demos and backflips and with their ramps and stuff that'll be indoor inside the convention center. And then on Sunday, we're also doing a locals skateboard competition.
We have seminars, so if you're looking to be a digital nomad, we have people coming to the show that we're going to be talking about how to do that. If you're interested in flying drones, we're going to have drone seminars, RV maintenance. If you want to explore Delaware State Parks is doing a couple presentations on places, hidden gems around the state. We have yoga, free yoga on the beach, yoga on the bayside for our visitors. We also have a company called Roloft coming all the way from Canada. So if you're not interested in getting like a big rig or even a custom van, they have kits that you can put in the back of your minivan or your SUV that you can put in, take your back seats out, go travel, and then put it back in your garage and then go back to work on Tuesday. There's so much, the innovation that has come from this whole movement is just really exciting. We have paddle sports, kayaks, supboards, an e-bike test ride demo area. So if you want to buy an e-bike but you've never rode an e-bike, now you get to try to ride one. We have Tipsy Tiki. They're going to be doing 30-minute cruises off the dock of the convention center, so you can get a couple drinks. So tickets are like $20, but you get like a 30-minute cruise and a couple drinks, and you can go, if you've always wanted to experience the Tipsy Tiki but didn't do the big cruise, you can do like a small cruise and see what it's all about. And then we have a lot of different RVs, I think close to maybe like 80 different RVs that'll be inside the convention center. So a lot for people to really come see and explore and just kind of really tap into what this whole vibe is all about. If you go to our website, ocrvshow.com, you get a ticket. We actually have an app, so you can go to the App Store right now and download the app, OCRV Show. Either app store, that's all there. And then also if you're an adventure travel photographer, you can submit right now. We're having an open entry through the Ocean City Art League. Submit your photos. Hopefully next year we can do a adventure film fest, but this year we're starting it off with photos, and then we're gonna grow it from there. So we're just trying to really just tap into all of the elements that just make traveling so fun.
And you know, they want to make this an annual event.
They should.
I'm so down with that. And Leah, maybe we could take your van.
Yeah, I think so.
It'd be a comfortable ride.
I think it would.
Awesome.
But don't go anywhere, because we do have some more Coast Life just a little bit headed your way. Picture yourself with that stunning view behind you, a delicious meal in front of you, and a tasty drink in hand. All that and more is exactly what you'll find at the Ashore Resort and Beach Club.
Delectable dishes, creative cocktails, and stunning views that will transport you to a tropical island. Whether it's a peaceful getaway for the family or romantic weekend you're after, you'll find it at the Ashore Resort and Beach Club in Ocean City.
Full resort, full renovation on the hotel, so any guests that know it as the old hotel. Complete renovation of all the rooms, brand new space for the restaurants. We're currently sitting in the Tide Room, located in the Ashore Resort and Beach Club. We have 3 new entities inside the building for food and beverage, along with our Wahoo Beach Bar, which is outside. We are one of the exclusive restaurants that is on the beach side with oceanfront views to sit here and watch. We are one of only 2 places in town that is allowed to serve food and alcohol on the beach.
With an upscale, relaxed atmosphere, the Ashore Resort and Beach Club's Tide Room will make you feel like you're dining on a luxury getaway.
Everything through the design is from the coast, including the name Tide Room. We have completely open air windows, completely open air walls that will open completely to so you can sit inside a beautiful restaurant but still get the beach feel, still hear the waves.
With 3,500 square feet of restaurant space, the Tide Room is perfect for your next special occasion.
For weddings is a big part we're going to look at. We have an all new open air, what we call the shore deck. Again, open air with the doors that open completely to the ceiling. So great space for weddings, great space for small events, any small meetings you have. We have a private dining room we can do out of the restaurant, so you can get your own private space, or as big as a couple hundred people for weddings or events.
No matter if you're a family enjoying the height of the summer season or locals reveling in what the off-season has to offer, the Ashore Resort and Beach Club is for you.
Obviously, yes, lots of families come in. We do have pool and jacuzzi and lots of things for the kids to do, games outside.
Well, if the breathtaking views and the sea breeze don't blow your mind, the food here is going to blow your mind even more. Sitting down with the executive chef, Ron. Tell us a little bit about some of these dishes that you've made today.
So we have the pork belly with a rum sauce, grilled pineapple, a red Fresno chili, pickled red onion with a little bit of corn salsa. And then we have our seafood fettuccine with shrimp, mussels, Maryland jumbo lump crab with a sherry lobster sauce.
So let's dive into some of these dishes, I guess. Can I try? Where should I start?
Pork belly, definitely.
Start with pork belly? All right, cool. Why this dish?
I mean, it's probably my favorite dish. You know, with being at the beach, we wanted a lot of like Caribbean beach flair. So you really can't go wrong with pork belly, pineapple. You know, the pepper gives a little bit of a kick to it.
Yeah.
And, the pickled onions give it a little bit of acidity to it. So it just hits a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
So.
I'm excited to try it. Let's see.
And the rum sauce gives it a nice sweetness to it.
Yeah, the sweetness with the rum sauce and the pineapple really plays well with the pork belly. That's sweet, savory. I'm a fan. So this is a seafood fettuccine. Go over again, what do we have included in here?
Shrimp, mussels, jumbo lump Maryland crab, fettuccine pasta, and a sherry lobster sauce with a little bit of spinach and grape tomatoes.
I am a seafood and pasta girly. This is a seafood and pasta girly dish. All right, what else have we got?
Yeah, so we have our crab dip with a demi baguette, Maryland crab, Old Bay, and a blend of cheeses.
All right. This baguette too, I feel like it's got a good balance of
It's
crunch and
it's a really good baguette. It's probably my favorite baguette. It's got a nice crunch to it. We got the center is nice and soft.
I think this dish on the whole, I mean, everything was amazing, but
you can't go
seafood,
wrong.
A
Exactly.
baguette all in one dish. It's for me. So if you need a little getaway, maybe that back-to-school craziness is getting to you, there's no better way to unwind and relax with this sort of upscale, beachy dining that you're going to find at the Tide Room at the Ashore Resort and Beach Club in Ocean City.
This segment of Coast Life was brought to you by Ocean City Tourism.
It's that time we're gonna get a little dramatic. Oh yeah, not spilling our drama, we're spilling yours. That's right, because it's time to spill the tea with our friends at the Spice and Tea Exchange. First, let's check out what we're drinking.
Yeah, because it smells amazing.
It smells so good, I love this one. Okay, today is coconut, it's pronounced oolong? Okay, coconut oolong tea.
Nice.
Ooh, I didn't stutter, oolong's in there twice. Coconut oolong tea.
And I think this is perfect for, you know, I know we're in fall, but coconut still kind of reminds you of summer a little bit, so maybe you're just not ready to let go of summertime. This is still a good tea to be drinking.
Exactly, definitely. So it says it has creamy, smooth coconut, nicely blended. Okay, we love it, the emerald colored leaves. Let's try it out.
All right.
All right, you're gonna start reading our tea?
I will get to this tea. You start spilling that tea.
You got it.
All right. This one is from a young man. I, 23, met a woman, 40, at a bar, and we hit it off right away. She's very beautiful. He's very attracted to her. He says that they've been meeting several times a week, and she just got out of what she was calling a loveless marriage and wants to have fun. He's not looking for anything serious either. He says, then she texted me all angry saying she Googled my name and that I have deceived her by not saying that I was born in the year 2000.
Oof.
So he's 23. We're in 2023.
Okay, that's not as bad as I thought.
She's 40. No, he's there's nothing wrong with his age.
Yeah.
But he didn't disclose it upon meeting. So
He's
she
about 20
actually,
years younger. Okay.
yeah, he's about 20 years younger. She texted him all upset. He thought she's being childish. Who's right, who's wrong here?
Yeah, this is tough because technically he didn't do anything wrong, right?
She never asked.
She never asked. He is not underage.
Nope.
He's 23 years old. And I get it. When you hear someone who's born in the 2000s,
It hurts your back.
it
yeah.
hurts you. Yes, and you
Feel
think
it in your knees.
They must be 12, right? But they're not. So if she didn't ask and he didn't lie, and he's of age, I kind of feel like done right there.
I mean, I can see the hesitation on her end a little bit too, just because realistically, 40 and 23, like you're old enough to be his mom.
Yeah.
I could see how that might be weird in an intimate setting.
But maybe she's mad at herself and she's projecting because you didn't ask. And so if it's that important to you, you should be asking.
You should be asking up front. And I think because she kind of felt that like she did disclose her age when they first met and he didn't, that like, oh, he might be a little younger, but she was thinking in his 30s because he's like an engineer.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, doesn't that program take a lot of time to get through? Like, so she thought he was a little bit closer to her age than he was.
I understand her emotions. I don't understand you going about it this way because unfortunately, you should have asked the questions. You should have came prepared, girl, especially if they're not dating officially. If they're just having some fun, then sorry.
Yeah. So apparently they did sort of talk about it later.
Okay.
And she she apologized for being a little bit childish about it, but she did say that she didn't really want to see him anymore.
Which is fine too, right?
Which is fine too. And then I do think his response was a little bit childish after
no.
that.
What did he do?
He may have said some nasty things about her and like, oh,
Okay.
she's being this way, that way. And
I'm
it's like, well,
so glad they
maybe
didn't work
this is
out.
why you're 23.
Yeah, well, now you're both toxic, and I'm glad you aren't together. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You both need some oolong tea.
Which is delicious, by
This
the
is-
way,
and
right?
have you noticed, quick note, you smell the coconut first, and then you taste the oolong.
Yeah, so if you are a coconut fan, obviously, if you're not, I know coconut can be a little controversial sometimes.
I don't know why. It's
I don't know why
delish.
either, because I love coconut.
So good.
So if you enjoy coconut,
You would love this.
this is a good tea for
Definitely.
you. Yes.
All right. So coconut oolong tea. Let us know what you think. And should there be some sort of unwritten rule that you have to disclose your age? I mean, obviously, if you're under 18, yeah, you need to disclose your age. We're not talking about that. We're talking about
Yeah, I
if
think
you're
it's one of
dating
those
someone
things that's always a little weird. I mean, I've got relatives that they have a 10-year age gap,
Okay.
and they started dating in like their 30s and 20s. And the woman is older than the man, but it's a beautiful relationship.
Yeah.
Like they love each other, and it's like it's sickening how much they love each other.
I love that.
But so I think it depends on how you feel about that. If that's something that you're really self-conscious about and you can't work through it, then like you need to be honest about that too.
Yeah, start asking the questions, ladies. Honestly, there's a lot of questions you should ask before you start hanging out with a guy. There's a lot. So make a list beforehand, and that way you are totally prepared and you don't feel like you're dating someone 20 years younger because you could be.
Right.
Exhibit A.
Right.
Not
Yes,
you.
right.
The person.
yes.
The person who wrote it.
Exactly. And don't forget, while you're making your lists and maybe you're starting to get that holiday shopping list ready, make your stop to the Spice and Tea Exchange on Rehoboth Avenue in Rehoboth Beach, because there is so much there. I mean, right now they're in their fall flavors, but those are going to be going quick. They get gift sets. They've got all those spices. So maybe you're more of a cook, less of a tea drinker. They still have you covered.
They have everyone, every person in your family. Honestly, I think you could just get everyone covered there, stopping in.
You really could.
Yeah. Great idea, Leah.
You could. But we've been talking about it all week. We've got DIY projects to celebrate upcoming Halloween. We're trying to get everybody ready.
Yes.
We're going to do one of those crafts when Coast Life gets back.
Spill the Tea was brought to you by the Spice and Tea Exchange of Rehoboth.
Leah, I'm so excited. All week we've been doing Halloween DIY with you.
And they've been getting more and more successful.
Yeah, don't jinx us yet. Knock on
right.
wood. The good news is this is a little more fall, autumn than specifically Halloween.
Yeah, you could do this for like your Thanksgiving table, or if you were just throwing a fall party. It doesn't have to be Halloween exactly, but yeah.
I think it'd be a cute centerpiece. So what we're doing today is creating actually little candle holders out of apples.
That's cute,
It's
right?
gonna be so cute. We'll find
we
out.
hope.
Yeah. Again, these are all crafts that we hear about.
They're cute concepts, and then when they get in the hands of Paige and I, they might be less cute.
Anything could happen. So we are here to test it for you and see if this is something you could do.
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing what I think we're gonna do, well, I'm gonna put my hair back because I feel like
step one.
That will just be easier for me. And we're gonna cut the top of this apple off.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Just the top. So like almost like you're gonna create like a lid for it, like a candle lid. So the next step is you're going to, as safely as possible, which we even thought we should have maybe gotten like a pumpkin carving kit.
Yeah, or
Might have
maybe
been
like
easier.
a little, like a melon scoop or something.
That might be easier, but you want to cut out the middle of your apple.
Yeah, you're gonna kind of carve out like a little bowl. Ooh, my apple's a little crooked.
Uh-oh. Yeah, well, so that's the next thing. So try to get, when you're scooping in, try to get it as flat as possible down there because we are sticking a candle in. We just got these at the store, but you may have them in your house
Chances
already.
are, if you've had a party, like some sort of, like I feel like you always have tea lights somewhere within the house. We just didn't have them at the studio.
Yeah.
So you probably have them.
Should be something easy where, I mean, you have a knife, you have a spoon at your house, probably have apples, and tea lights. So put the tea light in there at the bottom, make sure it's nice and sturdy. Boom.
Here we go. Whoops. The safety.
Oh, it's so cute. Okay, I'll try mine out. Should we put them together?
Aww.
Oh, wait, it's adorable.
Yay!
Look, and then you can put it like in the middle of your dining room table. I'll try not to get it out.
Yeah, some of these can be a little, so you might want more round-shaped apples.
Yeah,
like maybe this guy would be a little weird.
But you did a good job of keeping it sturdy. You picked one with a flat bottom. We actually did that at the store.
We did.
When we were getting our apples, is we picked ones with like the flattest, sturdiest bottom.
Yeah.
So, but you could carve this, imagine a cute little table of 3.
Yeah.
Okay, this one works.
You can hang the spider webs that we made in the corners of your house.
Oh,
I think we're doing this up.
Okay, and then when you want to, let's see if it works. I'm just curious. Boop. Oh, maybe I'm just gonna burn it. Oh, it worked. It went out.
Ta-da!
Yay! There is your holiday decor.
Yeah, nice and easy.
I'm so happy this worked.
We didn't do a practice round.
We're overly optimistic. Yeah.
If we seem relieved, that's why. But,
Exactly.
I think this one was a success. It's cheap, it's easy, and it's really, really cute. The final result.
Just be careful with kids and don't forget to put them out.
Yes.
And don't leave them in your Thanksgiving table unattended.
Yes.
Disclaimers.
And don't go too far from your couch because we do have a little bit more Coast Life to get to when we get back.
All right, if you didn't believe us with the last craft, you believe us now?
Right?
They're cute, right?
They're cute.
They're good centerpieces.
They are good centerpieces. I think, like you said, for day of,
Yes.
you don't want them hanging around any longer than that. But I think if, you got a bunch of apples, carve them up.
Yeah, and hey, if you're having a Halloween party, you're probably going to have candy. That's why we have our phones with us today. We're going to read some comments to you because a study came out saying that the top candies in Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. And in my opinion, Delaware wins because they said Sour Patch was the best.
Sour Patch is pretty good. I tend to be more of a chocolate eater than like just straight sugar eater.
That's fair. Okay.
But
So
I like Sour Patch.
You'd relate most to Maryland maybe because they said Hershey Kisses.
Oh, I do like Hershey Kisses.
And Virginia said Butterfinger. But of course, we wanted to hear what you had to say. So you guys have gotten pretty excited.
The candy always
Assertive?
gets people, I mean, the candy debate can get heated.
It's gotten heated in the comments on the Coast Life Facebook. Leah, what are people saying?
Let's see. Sam Lewis says Reese's peanut butter cups.
Okay.
Definitely agree with Sam Lewis.
I can agree with that too.
Eric Miller says anything dark chocolate. Tyler Smiley, he's a big Sour Patch watermelons guy.
We love Tyler Smiley. He's a
Tyler
photographer
Smiley.
we had on recently. Okay, Sour Patch watermelons. I'm gonna go with Tyler so far. I'm with him.
Okay, now I know that this was sort of a heated one. I think you may have started this fight a little bit. But Jillian says Milky Ways after sitting in the fridge.
And I think if you like Milky Ways, you're wrong. I know. This is a tough one.
I used to love the dark chocolate Milky Ways. Like, I thought those were really, really good. And Three Musketeers.
I would try dark chocolate. Dark chocolate makes anything delish. But there's this cool map. So again, just go to Coast Life TV on Facebook.
Yep.
There's this cool map that we're going to show you, and it shows the top candies in each state across the country. So like Texas, good job Texas, Sour Patch. That's right. Florida is Reese's. So there's a lot of competition here.
Oh, I like the Almond Joys too.
What state is that?
Oh.
This is not a time for
Don't
geography.
put me on blast.
I cannot tell either. So me and Colorado are beefing because they also chose Milky Ways, but to each their own. Obviously, just kidding. This is just a fun study we wanted to share with you.
Well, yes, we definitely want to hear from you too, so make sure you chime in on that conversation.
Yes, yeah, get excited with us because like we said, it is getting